Hi everyone, I'm Jean Ketcham, CEO of Aging But Dangerous, and I have Dr. Brost with me today. She has been giving us lots of information on chiropractic care, and I wanted to ask you, can you tell us how people can find a good chiropractor where they live?
Yeah, it's. I often get asked that question because I have patients that have relatives in other towns or other states, and they said, how can they find a good chiropractor?
Mm-hmm.
And I always say that ask your friends who they see. The best way is to get a recommendation because it's often a word of mouth thing. And if your friends like this particular chiropractor, it's probably a pretty good bet, especially if you ask several people and the same name comes
Yes,
up.
yes.
In today's world, we used to all look in the phone book and look at the ads and whatever, but you can't really do that. You can Google, chiropractor in your area. Looking at reviews, Google reviews, 5-star reviews. If you
that's a good idea.
Yeah, if you find somebody that has a lot of 5-star reviews, that's probably a good bet. And I usually tell people just to call and say that I want to make an appointment for a consultation. Go in and meet the chiropractor and see if you feel comfortable with them. One thing that you want to check too, because there's all chiropractors have good education, where we all have 4 years postgraduate education after pre-med in college. So everybody has a solid education background. But because of the HMO influence over the healthcare, there's been a lot of chiropractors that have really cut back on the services that they used to provide simply because they're not getting paid for it in the HMO services. So a lot of chiropractors nowadays don't have x-ray available anymore because, and they sometimes send out people for x-rays. But to me, I think x-rays are so important because when I work on a patient, I want to see what's in there, especially if it's a spine that's a little older. There might be degenerative changes and so on that we want to make sure. So I would suggest asking if they take x-rays or if they have x-rays available. A lot of chiropractors also have further education on top of their 4-year chiropractic degree. Like I have a 3-year degree in neurology also on top of the chiropractic.
I didn't know that.
Oh,
Oh,
see,
okay.
you learn something new.
Wow.
So I deal often with more complex or complicated cases. I also have a certification in acupuncture, so we often combine acupuncture and chiropractic. So, this often if you go in on people's websites or chiropractors' websites, you can see the different
the education.
And the different services that are available. You can, depending on if you're more comfortable with a female or male chiropractor, about 50% of all chiropractors nowadays are female, so a lot of times people are more comfortable with that. But there's a lot of good male chiropractors out there too. So just ask your friends who they see and
that is great information. That is great information. If you are in the Twin Cities, then the Brost Clinic in Wayzata, Minnesota is the one to go to. It's Dr. Brost. Like she said, I didn't know you had the neurologist or neurology.
Yeah, and also there's 5 chiropractors in our clinic, so we're also a bigger clinic, so we have more resources available than a lot of clinics.
Right. So, all right, everybody.